Shouldn't take too long. This should be the very last thing that generates power, because it generates it directly out of diesel. I would rather have anything else because it's almost certainly going to be more efficient. So we'll set that up. Now, do these actually generate something which can be stored? Can we store maintenance? We cannot. Maintenance is still kind of an esoteric resource. It just kind of is everywhere. We're waiting on construction parts. Oh dear. Right, okay, well, fair enough. I was a bit delayed on getting that set up. I want you making construction parts. And thus, I want a couple of new storages around here. One of them will be... Oh, I love the grid just for allowing me to line things up. The construction parts themselves. And I would also like a storage for... wood can be stored over here. Well, I mean, I'm going to need it more over there, really. I love this. So, wood and construction parts. Go! It's not possible to dig water border tiles below the water line, so no floods. Oh, that is a shame. Womp womp. Oh, maintenance can be stored, can it? I didn't see it in here as an option. What I've got, it is tracked, but I don't seem to be able to store it in any, balls. Construction locations. Is this finished? It is. Good, good, good. I'm going to need to tear something down then in order to get those components. Either that or I just switch one of these over, which is probably the easier way of doing it. Let's stop making that for now. Then I'll switch them back afterwards. Hopefully they'll empty out with time. I don't know. That being said, let's just see. What can I trade? Yeah, I can't trade anything for those construction parts. I can only trade construction parts away. Oh. I no longer... increase our reputation to 2. You can donate some products to increase your reputation with the settlement. The better reputation you have, the more trade offers you get. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. That's a very different setup now. I'm going to need to send more trucks over here, unfortunately. Go on then. Yeah, I got too build happy with all of the storages, unfortunately. It's an easy problem to fix, but it's a matter of getting this at a higher priority, I think. I'm going to make this a priority 1 for the time being, and then we'll drop it down to a 10 later. This is a 10, so we should be getting the resources we want as a much higher priority now. There we go. That is a priority. This is a priority. I'm going to take this one off priority for the time being, as I want this one built. It's only going to take a couple of runs to get that done. Hey chat, just in case there's anyone here going through some hardship, I just want you to know that you are loved. Oh, evil chicken, that's lovely of you to say. Yeah, world resources are no longer infinite in this game. So, for example, you haven't got infinite amount of oil on the oil rigs. The only world resources which are infinite are water. Let me just pause that there. Mining and dumping is now available. Water, wood, and sulfur. So the beacon is done. We've done vehicle mining done, and we can now build the mine tower and actually start mining resources ourselves, which is going to be very, very nice. It's pretty much exactly the same as it was before. It looks like. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything particularly different there. Just need a little bit more. There we are. 2 more trips and we will be finished with that. And then we'll switch back. One more. And then we'll cancel this and switch back to the other one. Right, I'm not sure if they will ever unload it though, which is the frustrating one. This is no longer a priority 1. This one can be a priority 5 though. Actually, I guess these should all be priority 5 since they do all need... since I need everything that they're going to be producing, but this is now back to being priority. Sorry about that early flub there. I get so excited when I can store things. Do I know about underground pipes? Yes, that's been in the game for a very, very long time. That's been in since Alpha. Maybe if you build multiple maintenance depots, it makes more sense than making vehicles with just units. You can't do that anymore. You haven't been able to do that since beta. They removed the ability to magic the materials back in beta. When effectively they got to a point where the resource part of the game was stable enough that you could build enough resources without getting bottlenecked sufficiently often. Like you had to try to bottleneck yourself and like soft lock, so they removed that. That was basically a stopgap while they fleshed out the actual resource component of the game. But Unity can still be used to do things instantly, but only if you have the material. So it's basically you're using Unity to effectively tell your colonists to form a line and hand over hand everything to where it needs to be, rather than relying on your trucks. Right. Now then, I would say... look at these things over here. Loose storage. Stores up 180 units of loose product or copper refinement. I think it needs to be copper refinement and then loose storage. Then probably we're going to be looking at biodiesel. And synthetic rubber, because we're going to need those things. So let's get those done in that order. Now... I think ramps require tier 2 materials. I don't know. But by then, I'm going to want the shipyard done. So let's get that done in that order there. No, we're no longer salvaging any Furbies, sadly. Right, concrete production is ready. In fact, a lot of things are now ready because we were basically stalled. Okay, how long have we got on this? We're actually doing relatively well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to allow this to continue breaking everything down there. But what I might do is build the buildings I'm going to need to exchange and just not work them. So, let's have a look at what we've got. First and foremost, we've got the vehicle depot and the mine control tower. A vehicle depot is a must. Let's get that built. We can pop it down here. That's not going to be an issue. I like that it now reserves room ahead of the vehicle as well. Ahead of the building to allow the vehicles out. Mine control tower we're not going to need until we're actually doing some mining. A beacon would be very much worth it, but it is going to cost a big bit of Unity. Let's go ahead and plonk that down right there. We still don't have any belts yet, so that's not something we're going to have to worry about. In terms of concrete, we're sort of okay with that right now, but a crusher will allow us to turn slag into crushed slag and rock into gravel. A rotary kiln would allow us to turn limestone coal into cement. Blast furnace will allow us to take... oh, well, actually, that's what we've already got, sorry. So these would give us our cement. And then if we have a look down here, we can take cement and crushed slag and water to make concrete, or cement, gravel, and water to make concrete. I see no reason not to set that up because I'm producing the slag already anyway, so it's simply making better use of the materials that I've got available. However, since this is not going to be a permanent fixture over there, I think it makes more sense to build it down here. Additionally, rainwater harvesting. Can I actually give them water yet? No, I can't. So that's a no-go there for the time being. But let's get. Where's the? I could go over there and start digging up the coal. Might be worth it rather than having to dedicate so many trucks to just moving around trees. That's definitely a possibility. We are going to set up the mind control tower over here though first. There we go. So a mind control tower about. Let's have a look. Where does that go? Oh, it goes actually really, really deep down. Set up the mind control tower around here somewhere. Just pop that there. I am going to allow it to be made, but I would then like to pause the tower itself. The construction isn't paused, but I'm going to make it a low priority. Make that a 15, so that the other things over here get finished first. Then following that, I'm going to want to redesign, or rather double up my production of smelting, or rather my my blast furnaces down here. So let's make that a thing. And I am strongly considering doing the same thing I usually do and have the design that we've more or less already perfected for this. So one blast furnace there, and I can rotate this around if I want. There are small improvements to the overall design. One blast furnace there. Actually, I should be in planning mode, I guess. Let's go to planning mode. So let's pause this for now. Pause that for now. There we go. Right, then we're going to want metal casters a little bit further down the line. Let's pop these out here. I'm going to say one. I'll just, yeah, you know what? Sure, we'll have them like this. There. And I guess what I could do is I could just rotate it. It would probably be a little bit easier to do it that way. 1 and 2. We will then have... Now, I don't have the loose storages yet, sadly. That is actually a bit of a pain in the bum, but... Oh, well. We will have you set up about here, I think. We'll do nicely. And we want pipes. Up to the second layer. All the way along. Oh. I need that to be second layer here. Let's just tap that in. There we go. I need it to be on the ground by this point. I'm not sure that's going to work there, unfortunately. Okay, we'll go with this one first, since this one's just coming up and around and in. And that way I can make sure that this does, in fact, connect up. No, come on. It's still a little bit finicky sometimes when you're building over other things. Holding down shift does greatly help it, though. No, we can't. We can't connect up there. That's a bit of a pain in the backside. Alright, well, we're going to have to do that a different way then. So, let's remove that. Oh, by the way, one of my biggest bugbears in the game has now been resolved. You delete tiles by section, which I happen to think is amazing. We'll have this go up. And why not rise up there? There we go. And then out and along and down. And this one can do exactly the same. Up, out, and connect up there. There we are. That works much better. Perfect. So then we want to copy this. Have that about here. We had meant to copy the all of the pipes as well. Sorry, the molten channels as well, but that'll do. Right, and now I want to unpause it all. Oh no, they're both paused. Is there no other way of doing that? Oh no, sorry, that is to pause the building, whereas I want to pause the use of the building. I don't need to pause these because they don't actually require anyone working them. So there we go. I still need to finish out the slag collection, but that's fine. We'll get that done in a moment. Alright, that's a lot of work for you to do. I also wanted to all... Can I change their priority, I wonder? No. Oh well. We'll pop them all down to 15. That one's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside. I wish there was a way to do that. Because I really don't want these built as a priority when I've got so many other things that do need all of these components. I guess I won't care too much about the exhaust tower and the pipes. That's fine. Ah, good. We've got the wood storage up and running. That's actually really, really nice. Those are full. That is full. We're doing good. Working on the beacon. Going to be a very important one there. Producing these relatively slowly. I could pump some Unity into this, I guess. Since that would dramatically improve our production. And right now we're kind of overstacking Unity anyway, so it's certainly worthwhile on certain things. Second time catching a stream. Second stream, best stream. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Wendy H5284, thank you ever so much for the Prime sub. That's very kind of you. Aavak has been on the coffee, so maybe it is a mind control tower this time. Sure, we'll go with that. Right, copper refinement is up and running. We need a space for it, but once we've set up the refining for iron, I will do the same. I'll basically copy this over here. That'll be marvelous when we've got that done. To that end, though, we're going to start wanting to get coal. So let's get these trees out of the way. We are definitely going to want to grab all... Oh my lord, the coal is everywhere. We'll just take the top off this area first, though. That'll be our main focus for the beginning. Just cap this coal seam. Then we'll get on everything else. Beacon ready. Fantastic. The beacon is up. It needs a constant supply of power from a diesel generator, and running the beacon requires Unity. It enables us to get more workers, and the refugees might bring some extra loot with them as well. The effectiveness of the beacon will decline over time. Prioritizing repairing the ship as an exploration can bring more people and resources to the island. Also, make sure you have enough housing for the new refugees, as homelessness can negatively affect Unity. That is very true. We've got plenty of room, though, for right now. I'll shut that down once Unity drops a little bit, but we're okay for the time being. Atog 2074, thank you very much for the Prime. Diolch yn fawr iawn to both of you. You've only got one Prime to use, so I really appreciate that you decided to use it here. Right. Might be time to get more taters. I don't know. Let's have a look. We've got a reasonable stockpile of taters. But there is a part of me that thinks having an extra farm would be a wise move, since the taters don't seem to rot once they're got, but can fail. The harvest can fail if we're just unlucky. So how about we get another harvest going? Right about there. That one can immediately be built. Oh, God. So many trucks. They're going to have to travel so far to get all of that. Right, new refugees. Okay, copper. They brought some iron scrap. Really? Wasn't expecting iron scrap to be brought along, but okay. That's a very interesting one. Right. Yeah, really wasn't expecting that, actually. Fair enough. This, most of this is just plastic, by the way. What are we doing? We're making a plastic island. Bad times these are. The beacon is lit. Gondor calls to be one with you. I mean, your command is my wish. Mini Miracle. I played about an hour of this earlier. Loving it so far. I am also loving it. The taters will dry out. Haha! The taters have been saved! Hooray for not having dried out taters. That would have been awful. Now, you need proper copper to make electronics, which is going to be a bit of a rough one for us, honestly. We'll have to see. I could make an extra... Ooh. Ah, this is where the vehicle parts come in. Okay. Okay, I very much approve. We don't seem to be struggling with our vehicles yet. I would say that I'd like an extra harvester, though. What are we doing for that? Yeah, we're harvesting trees so far away now, it's going to take a while. And our trucks are going to be back and forth for so long. Might be worth getting a second tree harvester. Let's make it happen. But we are absolutely then going to need 2 excavators. Following that, we are 1000% going to require an assembly facility to make the vehicle parts. And that's going to require the same stuff as we're making for maintenance. Rightio. May as well build it over here then. Storage is finished. Hooray! Right, now we can actually build... our loose storage now looks very different. In a glorious way, I must say. So with that, I'm going to be able to build our loose storage down here. Now, as with previous... we're going to want I'm going to slow it down a little bit. One place to deliver the materials to the furnaces. Let's build that to the side. And then one place to accept materials from the furnaces. And let's build that down here. Let's give a decent amount of room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build one and then another just to space it by that much. And then I can use cut to yoink you. We'll have the deliveries be here and here. Does mean that this is going to have a fairly large footprint though, doesn't it? Am I okay with that? Or would I prefer to line this up? Oh, okay, I don't need to click it in order to select it there. You know I have to. I have to center it, even if it doesn't make any sense. I am a slave to my need to center things. Pity me, chat. This will be for slag. This will be for, I guess, coal. This one will be for iron ore. There we go. All of these should be paused over there. There we go. And then unpause the building. There we go. Nice. Lieutenant Lupus, thank you very much for the 11 months. What a pleasant surprise. A live Aavak. Can't get better this evening. Oh, that's very kind of you to say, mate. And Spectre Grim, hello, buddy. 8 months. He who controls the T controls the universe. And we all know Aavak controls the T around these parts. It's true. I do. Let's see. Thankfully, I'm also bound by ethics that require that I not restrict your access to T, because that itself would be a heinous crime. No matter how heinous your crimes are, they're never so heinous that you should be denied T. In fact, that is the absolute worst thing you could do, because that's just going to make you commit more heinous crimes. It's a vicious circle. It's a feedback loop. Captain of Industry, yes. That is exactly it, Demi. Oh my lord. That is going to have to be like I'm going to need at least a couple of titles on the new Captain of Industry series that are going to play on that. My goodness. Right, we've got our first excavator. But what we don't have is this entire place set up, so it's going to take some time. So you're just sat there for now. I'm building the second excavator already. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Actually, I'm building more as we speak, so that shouldn't take too long. Alright, I am going to... Well, I'm going to leave that Unity on for now, I think. My poor trucks, though. They've got such a long journey. And it's only going to get worse. Oh, are you actually... I sent you down here. I didn't give you any trucks to handle it. Let's share them, though. As much as that... It kind of doesn't make sense, because they're both going to basically be not doing any work. But once they get closer, it will work a little bit better. That said... Ooh... I was being a dumb... But I have stripped the stupidity from mine eyes. I have peeled back the veil of ignorance. We will instead have a storage right here that I want for wood. Tunk. There is no priority. Can I tell these to route to it? No, I can't. That's a shame. But oh well. This is going to be priority. I get, well... It's more just so they've got somewhere to dump it. They are going to still be bringing it up here, unfortunately, but that's just the way that was going to be. How are we looking over here? That is looking decidedly not much left. I am not producing concrete yet, but we have a healthy stockpile of concrete. Oh dear. Right, time for you to stop. Time for us to build some more housing. That, I totally took my eye off the prize there. We've gone 16 refugees over. Ugh, that's going to hit our Unity pretty badly for a while. Quick deliver it. Let's just get this built. Dunk. Now, the trucks that are gathering from here should be able to go over there. Then I'll leave it up to others to cart the rest around. Hopefully... No, you're going all the way up top. Damn it. Alright, well, I guess I could tell them to keep stockpile here. It's a bit of a frustrating one, but... Sure, okay. Keep full, I suppose. That should encourage the trucks to try and deliver there. Either that or I could just... Because I can't affect their priority unless I... no, actually, a lot of it is being brought straight over here because they need it there. So I could make this one now a high priority for the trucks that are producing it just to get these trees out of the way. But that is going to stall over here. We don't have like such fine-tuned... controls over this, unfortunately. What I want is a similar kind of system to the mind control tiles where I can prioritize where things are going, but I guess we just don't have that available to us yet. That's research. Your population has health. If health is positive, your population grows and provides you with extra unity. If health turns negative, your population starts to decline. Positive effects can increase your population health by providing them with a variety of food, water, and healthcare. Negative effects. Your population's health decreases if you emit pollution, air or water. Pollution on your island is global, so moving smokestacks further from your settlement won't help. It's a good idea to keep your eye on how much pollution you emit. When something emits pollution, it is displayed in the UI, as shown below. Diseases. Your population can also suffer from diseases. There are some types of disease that just come and go, and there is nothing you can do about it. Just make sure to provide healthcare once you can. But there are also diseases that can occur due to bad conditions in your settlement. We will do our best to avoid the worst of that. Right, now that that's full, the vehicles are going to start moving aside. So I'll drop that down, and they can just... Hopefully my logistics fleet can work on that. But yeah, that isn't the best design there, honestly. I built the second tree harvester not really accounting for the fact that it was going to take so bloody long to get anything down there. Getting a couple of these up and running would be very much worth our while, though. So let's try working on that. Hopefully we'll have this place done pretty soon, and it looks like we are. And in fact, there we go. Hooray! No more pop problems. Back into positive unity. Right, I'm going to unpause that since these don't actually need anyone running them. There you go. I'm now going to make this a priority. Oh, that's interesting. Notify if you cannot dispose of something. Huh. That I like. That I like a lot. That is very, very good. Can I get a notify on this as well? No, I can't. That's a shame, but oh well. Oh, you can get copper scrap now. That's cool. But since... I will allow import to these locations eventually, I guess. The fact that I can have for scrap brought in is an interesting one. I guess it, as a result, makes sense for me to have that active. I'll keep like a standby one that can just melt down scrap. Wasn't something I was expecting, if I'm honest. Was not something I was expecting. Right, okay. Time for us to set you up then. First and foremost, we're simply going to cap this iron deposit. Can I get it expanded out a little bit more than that? No. Not quite. Oh well, that's fine. We'll just go across the side for now. And because this is going to just be straight up iron. Nothing else. Simple as that. Just strip this away. Oh, they'll actually get a little bit of rock there as well, but that's fine. Right. Both of you. I guess 2 vehicles would do. Should be making more. We are actually, yep. Let's get another 2 on the go. In fact, let's get another 4 on the go, and then we can start fixing this a bit more. Okay, starting to produce our own iron, which is going to be a big, big thing. How much diesel do we have? We kind of got an okay amount, but it could definitely use a little bit of improvement. There is definitely a bit of improvement to be done there. Still, for the most part, we're doing all right. Is this a new save? Yeah, no, absolutely. It has to be. Nuclear Archmage. If you're asking that because you've been watching... and I see Zaid Oak also saying this. You may not have caught the full post that I made regarding the stream over on YouTube. In the community section, I explained that the beta saves, because so much has changed between beta and early access, they are not save compatible. So it was a case of either continue playing beta or switch over to playing early access, and I ultimately made the decision to switch over, even though we were really close to the last content that I could unlock in beta. The problem was it was kind of disproportionate amounts of time would be required to unlock those last couple of industries. Like, basically, it was nuclear power and making electronic circuits, effectively. But that was going to take a lot of time. Like, probably 3 to 4 episodes to finish doing all of that content. And the problem is that each one of those episodes takes about 3 to 4 hours for me to record, and then more time on top editing it down. Whereas we were going to have a load of new buildings. In fact, we've already got new stuff going on right now just by starting the early access. And the other thing that kind of weighed on my mind a bit was that the idea of if we made if I continued on with beta, loads of people have already picked up the game now. I can see my friends list is just full of people playing the game for the first time. It would remove the ability to kind of play along with me, because what I'd be doing in my game would be horribly outdated and in many cases impossible compared to the games that other people would be playing. So I figured, time to make a move. It's always a bit of a disappointment when I have to end a series prematurely like that, but it's one of the kind of known risks of playing a game in a very early stage of development. Sure, Road Train, if anyone would like to, if one of the mods would like to give you permission to post a link, you can post the link to the community section, sure. That would actually be really, really useful, thank you. Right, how are we doing with maintenance? Maintenance is fine. The components needed for maintenance are fine. What we are not fine with, though, is very much concrete. Concrete now absolutely requires our attention. So let's get that going. I'm going to need cement. I'm going to need crushed slag. I'm going to need water to get these things. Crusher to make slag into crushed slag. I need a rotary kiln to take limestone and coal and make cement. So let's get these on the go. We'll be building this setup down here because it's closer to where we're going to be making the slag right now. So the first and foremost, I'm going to want something for slag. Let's set that up. It's actually going to be a relatively easy little journey for you. Pop you right there. We'll then want a rotary crusher. And again, I'm going to give enough room so that this could, reasonably speaking, have one of these in between it. I'm not going to need it, but I think that's a good amount of room. I only want crushed slag. I guess I could take crushed rock as well if I really, really wanted to, but I'm not actually sure I do. Then we're going to want a rotary kiln, which is going to require some coal and some limestone. This one's going to be set up for slag. This one's going to be set up for coal. This one's going to be set up for limestone. Let's allow time to pass a little bit more. And we can have those set up there. Nice and easy. This one will produce exhaust. I don't think this produces any exhaust, no. So we're going to need a single exhaust stack. We can just build it straight there. Nice and easy like. Next up, we will want the mixer itself. Now this is going to require water. I have no way of storing water. I need to get water. Oh. That means I'm going to need some extra bits and bobs. We could build this down here. That wouldn't be a terrible option. Alternatively, I could shunt it across a little bit, kind of make it more in line. Sure. Let's do that. It's eventually, I'm kind of planning for the fact that eventually I'm going to need a conveyor belt moving through here. And for water then, I'll guess I'll just set these up. 2 should do everything I need. But let's plan for... because I can't store it right now. So let's go for 3. And then eventually we will add in the water storage there. Maybe even 2. Might not be. I've left enough room. We'll see. I think I have. If not, then I could instead have the water tanks moving along here. Or I could even have a pipe come out and around 2 water tanks and go back in. So that should be fine overall. Right, I want this all unpaused. This is now a very high priority to get done. Is all that set up correctly? Yep, all of it is indeed set up correctly. So now I'm going to need a mine control tower for the limestone. Oh, no, we have got fluid storage. I do apologize. Being a dummy. Huh. And they are actually a lot bigger now. Well, I could either have one there and then one there. That would actually line up quite nicely. And I think I would like that. Now, that actually gives me an opportunity to showcase that, finally, our prayers answered they have been. I can now delete pipe sections without having to go through all of that faffing around. It is the best of times. Right, so we're going to want a mine control tower around here. How deep is this? That's quite deep. We'll start by capping the top, though, I think. So a mine control tower around... Oop, there we are. Around here will do. My lord. Gonna have a lot of jobs for people to do. Crack on, then. I'm also going to take it off planning mode for the time being. Right. Speed things up a bit. Now, I'm going to say that I need a couple of things down here done as a priority. You. One of these. The pipe work between them, which I can quick build. You and you all need to be done as a priority. Everything else is a luxury, but these things need to be made so that I can actually get that up and running. Yeah, I can always trade wood for more concrete, but I would rather try and get this made first. I don't think I'm going to have enough materials to do it, though, because I suspect I suspect I'm going to run out of concrete to make the construction materials necessary. Shame, but oh well. Right, so we will preempt that and just go ahead and trade the wood away for concrete. Costs us a little bit of unity to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the fact that the trade can be expanded now. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, this is basically post-destroyed Earth at Valpatrem. You can sort of think of this like Waterworld if the person who was in control of the tanker wasn't an absolute dick. Maybe just partially a dick, but not an absolute dick, which is the important part. Mostly, they just want to protect their people and not, you know, become rich themselves and control all the water. They're just looking to survive. Now, they might need to do some dickish things in order to achieve that, but it's the apocalypse, okay? I think a little bit of there's too much death and destruction happening everywhere. I have to prioritize protecting someone, and I choose to prioritize protecting my crew over your crew. That can be accepted, as long as once we're at the point where we're just living in luxury and we're no longer on death's door. Every potato is the difference between the end of our settlement and not. Then we start caring about, well, I don't actually need to destroy you completely, so I'll give you a choice. At that point, as long as we make that transition around then, I think we're redeemable. Right now, though, absolutely, my tribe has gotten very small. Resources are scarce. My tribe now consists of my crew, and everything outside of my tribe is either a resource or an enemy, sometimes both. Right, we are shy on research, so let's continue along with this. Time for construction 2. And ramps. Once we've got that, we're not up to the point actually where we're going to need better research. So remove that from the queue and then add it back. We're going to want ramps and then we're going to want the vehicles.